My name is Farhana Nalar. I'm the Associate Director, Global Engagement Recruitment at Massey University.
What sort of things the students get from Massey University?
We have a specialized team of coaches who actually support the students with that as well and guide them.
Except the studies as well, do we have a kind of events where there is an exchange of culture?
I think just 2 weeks ago we had the Sri Lankan Association organizing lots of events for the Sri Lankan New Year.
With all of these facilities, with all of these perks of studying in Massey University, we also need to consider about the ranks of the university overall.
So Massey is ranked 230 in QS, which is like the top 2% in the world. And we have quite a few subjects ranked very high in QS. For example, Massey is the only university that offers a veterinary science degree.
And what about job placement? Massey University is going to assist our students.
We can't place students in any jobs. It has to be the student who takes that initiative and applies for it.
Is there anything that you would want to mention at last?
Networking is key. The more people you know, the more people you get to know and network, the more opportunities open up. So come with an open mind and do the bold thing. Get out of your comfort zone.
Hello and namaste, this is Sophie and I'm back again with another exciting episode for you all, and I have a very special guest with me today, all the way from New Zealand, Farhana ma'am. She's the Associate Director, Global Engagement Recruitment. So welcome ma'am.
Welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, so this is your first time in Nepal?
Yes, loving it.
Yeah, so before moving there, I would want you to please introduce yourself.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. Kia ora, everyone. My name is Farhana Nalar. I'm the Associate Director, Global Engagement Recruitment at Massey University. And my team and I look after all student recruitment for Massey University globally. So here I am in Nepal talking to the lovely Sophie.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, what's the best part of Nepal that you like the most during your visit?
I've been here briefly, but I think it's just the weather is lovely because I come from Delhi. I came from Delhi, and also the people, calm and peaceful and very, very happy.
Yeah. So did you get a chance to try the different Nepalese food? Or?
I did. Thanks to my team and also the lovely agents. Yes, I managed to really taste some really lovely food, including some home cooked food, so that's really lovely.
Yeah. So do you get a chance to eat Nepalese food in New Zealand as well?
We do, but I would love to see more restaurants because the food is amazing and it's so flavorful. Yeah.
I think Nepal is famous for food.
Yes.
And the natural beauty. Likewise, New Zealand as well.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So you've been living in New Zealand for quite some time. So what did you like the most about New Zealand, and how did it happen?
Okay. I think you fall in love with New Zealand slowly. So I'm originally from Sri Lanka. So I was born and raised there and moved to New Zealand about 27 years ago, as a young, enthusiastic adventurer. I think, New Zealand is just beautiful and the people are lovely. It's very quiet and calm and it has everything you need within a short distance. If you want to go to a beach, it's 20 minutes away in Auckland. If you go to the mountains, it's quite a short time. And you've got access to a lot of scenery and nature, which I love. So it's a clean, green environment, and a beautiful country.
Yeah, so that's why we're promoting the most beautiful country and giving the opportunity for the students to actually study in that beautiful place and excel their career.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, did you start your journey? How did you start your journey, and how did you end up at Massey University?
Okay, very good question. It's a long journey.
Yeah.
My background is marketing. So I'm a marketing graduate, and then I worked as a senior brand manager for a cosmetic company back in Sri Lanka. And in my early 20s, I decided, I want to go and see the world, and New Zealand beckoned. So came along to New Zealand. And I just loved it and decided to make that my home. So I call myself a Shrivi, a Sri Lankan Kiwi. And so my background is marketing, and then of course I got into the workforce there. I did sales and business development for a while, worked at Fonterra and New Zealand Post in sales and business development. And then I moved into education, and recruitment. And so ever since then, I've just loved it. So I was at Unitech for a while as head of marketing, and then I'm now at Massey. I started doing my executive MBA at Massey, and just loved the way they teach and how you learn, especially as you grow older. You need to be able to retain a lot of things. And so what I really liked about Massey as a student was the applied learning experience that you get. It's not all about the theory. It's about learning, about how the real world works within the class context, and then actually applying theory to it to make it, better. So I really enjoyed that and loved it. So and here I am.
Lovely. That's a lot of journey that you've actually learned yourself and curated yourself as the person you are today.
Yes,
and it's lovely to have you here as well.
Thank you.
And learn from you.
Oh.
And also, like you mentioned about as you being the graduate from the Massey University, so what sort of things, student support that the students get from Massey University?
I think that from day one, when the student comes into Massey, and even before that actually, the student support team gets very active. We have a very strong student success team that supports all students. And particularly, we understand that international students need a little more hand-holding and more support. So we've got a team of, an entire team of people behind the scenes supporting these students, ensuring that they get the right academic advice to get into the right courses, and sometimes if there's any confusion, they will be able to resolve it as well. There's career guidance counselors who can support them to understand what the lay of the land is, what the opportunities are, and help them to prepare their CVs, interview skills, and all of that to get into the workforce. There is also the buddy system. We have ambassadors within the university. We call them Massey Guides, who support the international students as well in their journey. So from day one, they've got their orientation. There's an international orientation where the students are taught about how an international students can be, what they need to do and how they need to be supported. There's also a team of coaches. So as you go along in your journey, wondering, okay, what's next for me? How do I get into my career? What do I do? So these are some of the questions that the students would have. So we have a specialized team of coaches who actually support the students with that as well and guide them, and make the student understand that finding a job is actually, they need to do that. They need to be able to initiate that. But what we can provide is the support and the guidance to do that.
Yeah, definitely. And also, I'm always fascinated about the university, studying in university and everything. So except the studies as well, do we have a kind of events where there is a exchange of cultures from different people from all around the world? So what kind of events that happen in Massey?
Absolutely. I mean, we have we have a very strong student association, and we also have cultural associations. So we have the Nepalese Student Association, we have the Bangladesh Student Association, we have the Indian Student Association, and they are able to connect students as well, once they come in, and we celebrate all the the festivals, Diwali and Eid, and Moon Festival and all of that as well within the campus. So there's a lot of good vibes. So if you go now, I think just 2 weeks ago, we had the Sri Lankan Association organizing lots of events for the Sri Lankan New Year, and so they can be quite a vibrant hub, on campus with lots of food and all of that. So it's a great experience because the students, once they come to Massey, they actually get to study and study with students coming from over 125-30 cultures, around the world, as well as the Kiwi students. So there's a lot of enrichment within the class. So what the students do is they are able to study and learn from each other, as well as learn with each other and learn the discipline as well.
Actually learning from, I think people learn from people themselves.
Absolutely.
And with the experience, with actually the most the best part is getting to know more people and learn their culture, how to deal with people,
Yes.
what are the things that are actually affect the other person. So that are things that are very important for one to be the good individual as well, and to learn.
Absolutely, and I think that is where it is very important. I mean, when Massey is a Tiriti-led institution, so which means we, are guided by the Tiriti of Waitangi, which is our founding document, and that is all about equality and intercultural understanding, respect. So, for example, when students come into the classroom, there's something called whakawhānuatanga, which is basically we get to know the student not as a name and a student ID, but actually where you come from, who your ancestors are, what you bring to the table. So it's a very deep understanding of who the other person is, and that creates a culture of safety and trust. And that whakawhānuatanga is a really good, strong concept in the Maori traditions, where you see a person for who they are, and they can bring their whole selves to the campus as they are, whether they're a Nepali student, whether they're a Middle Eastern student, or a Bangladeshi student, or an Indian student, or Chinese student. They bring their own selves into campus, and be original.
Yeah, that's what I think it makes the Massey University the best place to actually to take forward their further education with the cross-cultural environment as well.
Yes.
Yeah, moving forward, with all of these facilities, with all of these perks of studying in Massey University, so we also need to consider about the rankings and the ranks of the university overall. So can you please elaborate on that?
Sure. So Massey is ranked 230 in QS, which is like the top 2% in the world.
Wow.
And we have quite a few subjects ranked very high in QS. For example, Massey is the only university that offers a veterinary science degree, and that is in the top 14 of QS. It's ranked, it's the highest ranked program for any university in New Zealand. And then when you look at our development studies, which is in the top 100, where you talk about international development goals, sustainable development goals, and so emergency management, they're all in the top 100, and they all talk about, what they teach is, those skills that are critical to move forward in this, very chaotic world, about gender diversity and gender equity, poverty, and how do you deal with all of that? So the real world problems of the world. So that's that for international development. Then we have our creative arts and designs, which is also ranked very high, especially our design course, which is in the top 100 of QS. Our business school is one of the largest business schools in New Zealand. We are also ranked in the top 150 there. We've got some very strong qualifications that Nepalese students seem to be, it resonates with them. The Master of Professional Accounting, the Master of Business Administration, and Master of Communication. So there's a lot, of programs as well there. So we are ranked pretty well within subject matters as well, and of course our agriculture and sciences. So that again is in the top 50. We started off 100 years ago as an agricultural college. So that's our core, and we are one of the well-renowned universities for agriculture in New Zealand.
And yes, we do have a lot of students studying there at Massey University.
Yes.
And they're very happy with the service that they're getting, and also the course modules that are actually designed for them. They're very happy with that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And we make sure we also take feedbacks with our students, like how is it going? Is it everything okay or not? It's just taking care of them. It makes us happy, like they went through us.
Yes.
We are their caretakers as well.
Absolutely.
And we make sure that they're happy with the course that they're studying, or does that matches with their career progression that they're actually looking forward to. So we just take the feedback, and yes, Massey University meets it all.
Oh, fantastic. That's really wonderful to hear.
Yeah. So moving forward, how often do you get in touch with the students directly? Have you had a chance to talk with the students who are international students, and what do they have to say? Have they shared anything with you?
Within Massey, is it?
Yes, within Massey.
Yeah, no, I think they're very happy. I mean, with Massey and what they're teaching, they're also happy of how they came to know about Massey, and and that's where I think the lovely people like you help. We are very particular about who we partner with in market as well, because we want to give that good student experience.
Yes.
So we have got some great feedback about your service as well, and then I'm looking forward to engaging more with international students in Massey, because I'm a coach. I'm a certified coach, so I would be going forward doing a little bit of coaching as well for international students to see how they are and what their goals are, and see how we can support them.
Wow. So coach is the person who's actually going to guide them for their education and the career together?
Yes, something like that. And I just do it voluntarily because it keeps me in touch with the international students.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so so you've briefly talked about the courses as well. You've briefly talked about the Massey University, the facilities. So can you please tell me there's always this corner of the university that you like the most. So what's your corner? Massey University is the corner that you like the most.
Okay, and I mean. That's a good question, because we have 3 universities and I have 3 corners. So I'm based in the Albany campus or the Auckland campus, but in the Auckland campus, I just love our student hub, and the cafes and everything there, which just gives a really good vibe. And of course, it's also quite a large campus, so you can go for a walk. Around. There's a walking path where you can go for a walk around, and on a good day when the sun shines, the university is quite beautiful and green. So I just love just walking around when during lunch or whatever, just to get a little bit of peace and calmness. In the Palmerston North campus, it's a very traditional campus. You get that real 100-year vibe there. And again, it's this house, the university house called Farhana, which is now a cafe, and it has a beautiful garden with lots of flowers. And whenever I go there, I always make sure that I just go into the garden, take my cup of coffee, and just sit there and listen to the birds, because there's such a lot of birds, and it's like it's a very green campus. It's 2 hectares, and there's lots of greenery and space. And then of course Wellington is our creative hub, and there again it's we've got the Marae there, which is a Maori meeting house. So that's a beautiful artistic building as well, and the surrounding area there is very nice with a cafe. So I mean I'm a coffee buff, so I love my cafes as well. But just a little bit about our 3 campuses. Now we are the only university that has 3 campuses in the North Island, and the programs we offer there actually align with the industry. So we cater to the industry so that the jobs are available. For example, our Palmerston North campus is where we have our sciences, our veterinary sciences, the microbiology and all the other we call it the vet sciences, and the food technology where we have a food plant and the vet clinic. And so all of that is there because it caters to the industry there. And of course, our agriculture courses are offered there as well. And that's where the jobs are in the surrounding areas. If you look at our Wellington campus, it's the creative arts hub. Because Wellington is the creative capital, and I don't know whether you know, we've got the Vita workshops, so you would have heard about Hobbit and Lord of the Rings being made there.
Yes.
Most of our students who are in the creative spaces actually end up supporting some of the production as well. So that's where the creative arts is, Master of Design Business, and Master of Screen Arts and all of that. And then our Auckland campus is we call it our dry sciences, where mathematics, information sciences, business, and all of that is offered there, because Auckland is we call it the commercial capital. Wellington is the capital. Auckland is the commercial capital, and it has the largest number of the population. So, and it caters to the industry there, which is construction, business, and all of that. So that's how we've kind of divided our programs into each campus. Yeah.
Thank you so much for giving that information, because it really makes the students picture where they want to do, how they want to study.
Yes.
And what are the things, what are the corners that they actually can enjoy as well. So, and what about the job placement or the job offer that Massey University is going to assist our students? How are they going to do that?
Okay. So with the jobs, we can't place students in any jobs. It has to be the student who takes that initiative and applies for it. But we can give all the support that they need in terms of career advice. Where do you want to pitch yourself? Where do you want to go? I've got my Master of International Development, what do I do now? Or I've got my Master of Business, what do I do now? So that's where our coaches come in to say, okay, these are what are the options you're looking at? Then we also have a CV, a unit that will help them to craft their CVs, give them interview tips and all of that. Some of our programs have embedded capstone programs or internships where they actually get to work with industry partners and solve a real world problem. So they will be actually working with a business, and the business will give them a problem and say, this is our problem, solve it. So in groups they would actually work on a real world scenario that gives them a little bit of hands-on experience as well. So in terms of job placements, I think this is where the student needs to take the initiative, and it's their decision where they work, how they want to approach it and what they want to do. Yes, in a high school situation you can spoon feed a student, but when you go to university, especially in the West, it's all self-learning. That's how you develop your soft skills, your critical thinking skills, how analytical skills, and that's how you're able to then go, okay, I'm just going to work for this company because I like what they do, I like their values. That's what we want from the students. Once they've got our degree and we've equipped them with the soft skills that is needed, on top of obviously the discipline knowledge, to be able to go and initiate those kind of discussions and take action, and that's a confidence that we are able to support them with. It's and then of course there are all they can do their own research and find out what else is there. There are some really good websites like www.seek.co.nz and Indeed.co.nz. These are all job websites. So they can actually, when they want to study something, they can go and actually look into the website and see what are the jobs available there. What is the salary range? What is it? Is this me? So I would encourage students to do their own research and decide, because that's what we are here for, to let them decide,
Yes, definitely. Also, the capstone project that you mentioned would definitely give them a better idea about working into the real-time task and everything, how they can solve the problem that comes along with their work. So I think that would is there anything as such, I'm just curious about it, so have any of our students, or is there any chances of getting the job offer from the internship that they do as well?
there's obviously potential. It just that's up to the employer.
Yes.
So, for example, we have industry collaborators.
Yes.
So we will collaborate with a company and go, here's our student base, and they will support us. Going, okay, this is your project, and the students work on it. And sometimes, if there is an opportunity in the company, right, and the student actually gets an opportunity to apply. So the company has already seen their skill set.
Yes.
And with New Zealand, there's always you have to apply for a job and get selected, right? So that's a fairness in the equity of how the job works. But if you've had an opportunity to actually shine in that project, and the employer can see that, there will be opportunity there, that to apply for jobs in the future.
Yeah.
So it is how you make it work for yourself as a student. They have to take that initiative. Once they've got an opportunity to go and work with a company, there's no harm in raising, hey, I would like a role here. Is there anything I can do? Can I support you? Can I do voluntary work? So it's all again that, I know that students in this part of the world are very shy. They don't like to talk. They like to be invited to things. But the culture there is the opposite.
Take the initiation.
You have to take the initiative.
Yep.
You have to have the confidence to take that initiative. And so it's flipping it the other way around. And that's what a university education in New Zealand would do, prepare you for that.
Wow, that was a really insightful discussion that we had in regards to the young people, like how they have to develop their skills, interpersonal skills as well. Like they have to communication skills, they have to build a relationship, public relation, build a relation, how they want to take that to the career as well. So yeah, thank you so much for making our students realize, and us also realize, that it depends upon the students' skills as well.
Yes.
That it depends upon the students' capabilities as well, how they want to take their career further. Yes, thank you so much for giving us that information.
I'd like to just say one more thing for the students actually, and that is when you come to New Zealand, the students have this tendency to be in clusters. Like the Nepalese students will be in their little cluster, the Chinese students will be in their little cluster, but we try to encourage cross networking.
Yes.
Networking is the key. The more people you know, the more people you get to know and network, the more opportunities open up. So come with an open mind and do the bold thing, get out of your comfort zone.
Definitely.
And then success will follow.
Wow, thank you so much for that information, and also sharing the about Massey University. Is there anything that you would want to mention at last?
No, thank you for having me. It's been lovely to have this discussion and be able to give a little bit of insight to Massey and education in New Zealand. So thank you, and I really look forward to welcoming the Nepalese students for our July semester as well as our February semester next year.
So we still have a few of the students enrolling, and and probably they'll get a chance to meet you as well.
Oh yeah, I'm in the Albany campus. Please just ask them to hop in and say hello to me.
Surely. And thank you so much for your time today. So you're going back to New Zealand on
tonight.
Okay.
Tonight.
So thank you for giving us this valuable time with your busy schedule as well, and giving us the opportunity to connect with our students, our viewers. Our parents is actually very serious about their student, their child education as well, and giving us the information about Massey University. It was lovely to have you here.
Likewise, and thank you so much for having me. And it's been great to have this discussion.
Thank you, and a safe flight tonight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, and thank you everyone. I hope this was a very fruitful session that you heard from our side, and we'll be back with another exciting episode, another fruitful episode. So stay connected, and thank you so much. See you in the another episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.